Well, good morning. Welcome to Hiram Hikes. I'm Hiram at the CATAWBA shelter. Just getting ready to get going. It's about 20 past 7. Good night's sleep. We had some critter living in the shelter that decided to chew really loud for a long time, despite efforts to get him to quiet down. But fortunately didn't chew on anything of mine as far as I know. So I'm getting ready to head north. About a mile, I think it is, to MCAFEE KNOB, and certainly I'll be videotaping there and have more to say. This was the first shelter in a while with a bear box. Nice big one. I think 2 of us used it. There's a whole tent site full of people, but I don't think anybody brought anything down for it. The water is down this way. It's down quite a ways, but it's a pretty good little stream. And there is a privy here, halfway between the campground, which is up that hill, and the shelter. I would call the privy classic old school. Hopefully during the summer your sense of smell will be blocked by hay fever or something. I'm going to head north. Hope you are having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day. So the good news is there's not a crowd up here. The bad news is there's nobody up here. So there's like a classic picture of, being out on MCAFEE KNOB. I don't know exactly how to get it because I got nobody to take it. So I'm going to wander around a little, check the area out. Kind of hope somebody shows up I can get to take a picture. Couldn't see the airport down there from that other view spot. Just up a little bit higher. This is probably the high point of the cliffs. Don't think it's where the classic photo gets taken though. Still figuring that out. It's probably Roanoke Airport, but I don't know that for sure. This is actually MCAFEE KNOB, but it's not the classic picture. The classic picture is back that way, but we are higher than the classic picture, so I figured I would share that with you. Just a quickie, 9:30. 2 hours into my hiking day, except I really haven't been doing much hiking. Got up here to MCAFEE KNOB and found 3 or 4 different video and photo op locations. There were a couple that came up. Chinese couple took a couple photos from me. Came out okay, but not great. But then the person I was spending the night with at the shelter came up, and so I was able to take photos for her and video, and she did the same for me, and I got some pretty good stuff. Hopefully came out all right. You'll probably have seen it by the time I make the announcement. So I'm headed down. Tinker Cliff is the next big visual thing, but it's quite a ways away. So probably in a couple hours I'll have something more to say, and maybe I'll have a little bit of mileage in. We'll see what the trail gives me today. I am headed north and hope you are having a wonderful day. It was a great day to be up here at MCAFEE KNOB. Really nice. Headed north. This is the upper part of the pig farm campsite. It's 0.6 from MCAFEE KNOB, north of MCAFEE KNOB. There's water up that way, that signpost up there. And then there's more campsite down here. In fact, you can see a privy down there as well. So it's a big campsite. This is the closest legal campsite to MCAFEE KNOB. I didn't see any stealth sites going up to the shelter yesterday. Not any real ones. Kind of a couple could have made do. But once you went north of the shelter, actually for a place where there's no camping, there were a lot of stealth sites. There was one area kind of like a big boulder field, and by boulders I mean like the size of houses, and all in through that there were places clearly where you could see people had spent the night. And in fact, when I was up on MCAFEE KNOB, there was clearly someone camping between the high point of the knob and the lookout, because I saw smoke rising from the area in between. Just a quickie, Campbell Shelter, just over 0.6 north of MCAFEE KNOB. Picnic table. Looks like it's gotten a little bit twisted. Privy over there, bear box here, big campsite just south of here like I showed, and then some camping around here as well. headed north. I do not know if I'll get anything or not. So my first bear and a cub, headed downwoods, downhill. Cub leading, mother behind, at a run. Typical bear view, backside. Good pace going down. But, yeah, I'd like to get a video, but obviously, and I heard them crashing, and you don't usually hear, you know, deer are quiet. That's trail's getting a little bit. That's south. Trail's getting a little bit, has been a bit rocky. So there was a steep downhill, short one, fairly short, coming down from MCAFEE Knob. Not as hard, similar to going up. Nothing hard like coming from Dragon's Tooth. And then there was a fairly flat, like a connector that brought you from that area over to the ridgeline that Tinker Cliffs are on. Trail just came from over there, up these rocks, up this way. See the white blaze right there. Comes right through behind me. Nice view, I thought I'd show you. This is looking mostly east right here. I do not know what that river is. It's a big river, but I don't know what it is. It's around more to the north. So, there's at least 7 of them up here. I've seen cow patties on the way up. Hello. How are you? Wouldn't expect to see them. We're maybe a mile south of Tinker. There's an 8th one back there. Of Tinker Cliffs. And yeah, like I said, I wouldn't expect to see them up here. This guy's got horns. I hope he's not going to be ugly about it. Obviously they have ear tags, so they belong to somebody, but they haven't kind of wandered themselves up and into trouble. Hi guys. What are you guys doing up here, huh? I'm not going to mess with you. You're fine. Oh well, not what you expect to find on the AT in this area, but I'm going to move on and head north. Kind of a cool rock. Ended up there were 9 cows. One came out of the woods after. And they were, where I videotaped, I was 0.3 south of Tinker Cliffs. Heading north. So I'm on Tinker Cliffs. This is going pretty much to the south. And around to the west. And up towards the north. So, I don't know if those birds you can maybe hear squawking. I don't know if they don't like me being here. Possible. I won't stay long. And she was standing on the trail. Hi. How are you? Yeah, I'm coming this way. Lambert's Meadow Shelter. Older, mostly stone. Yeah, looks serviceable, but I'm sure there's a big mouse population. Nice brand new picnic table. Nice fire pit, good distance away, not too close. Bear box is closer than you usually see it, but that's fine. As you're hiking down the trail, you can see the roof of the privy quite a ways before you see the shelter. It's up that way. I'm not hiking up for a view of it. There's a campground. There's water down here, and the campground, there's people at it. I can hear water running. They have a picnic table down at the campground. I'm going to go down and get some water. The last water chance I have today. Sign just said overlook. It is an overlook. I was pushing. That's southbound. I was coming down through there. Took a fall. I'm now down to one trekking pole. Broke the other one. Ripped my leggings. A little bloody knee. Sore. So I'm going to up my looking for a stealth site window to anytime soon get myself settled in for the night. Snap the trekking pole right in half. So got the upper carbon fiber ones, and people said that'll happen, and it did. I think if I'd had my aluminum ones, it probably would have survived. Heading north, but just walking with one trekking pole is a challenge for me. Heading north. Almost sunset. There it goes. I've got what I'm sure most people would consider an excellent site. I went by two sites. The first one, the blowdown I was clearing was, I realized, impaled into the ground. And when I looked up, I realized why. So I moved on. And then the next one I found that was fairly flat, kind of had this massive thing hanging like a sword of Damocles directly over the tent site with, I don't know, nothing holding it but wishes. So I moved on. Now I'm up here on top, fairly high. Most of you realize I have a trekking pole tent, which means I use two trekking poles to set it up, but I only have one. So I've pushed the tent over here in the corner a bit, and you can see I'm using a tree to substitute for one of the trekking poles. And then I kind of staked out the vestibule because the line that normally does it is, tied around the tree. So I don't know. I think I got a halfway decent install. It's reasonably flat. There's a few things underneath it that make it a little bit bumpy, but you gotta do the best I can. I fell twice more. Basically trying to get through the rocks with one trekking pole didn't work well. So I grabbed this big massive stick and I was using it kind of like a trekking pole. It weighs about 5 pounds, so it's not a great system, but I didn't fall again. I'm not going to try to night hike like this. I'm only 4 miles from my car. I had made up my mind that I was gonna try out night hiking because I haven't done any of it, and I thought that would be perfect opportunities to hike back to the car. Well, that ain't. Not going to do that with one trekking pole and a bunged up knee, and kind of hurt my thigh on a second fall. Yeah. Oh well. There. Nice view, sunset over my tent. I'm going to stop talking and get my stuff into my tent and hopefully get some sleep tonight. And